5 wins, 4 draws, 16 goals scored, 3-1 being the biggest win. Sofapaka get their first win. Gor Mahia beat Tusker. So what next for Robert Matano? All this and more from match week 7. So stay tuned. So yes, an exciting weekend yet again in the FKF Premier League. Match week 7 did not disappoint. As we said, 16 goals scored. But the big news, the big highlight was the fact that Gor Mahia beat Tusker FC 1-0. Benson Mala scoring his 7th goal of the season. Still the top scorer. And well, what next for Robert Matano? Stick around. First, let's review the other games that occurred during the weekend. Sofapaka recorded their first win of the season by beating Police FC 1-0. This means that AFC are the only winless team this season. FC Talanta shocked league leaders Posta Rangers 3-1. KCB drew with the Lindsay Stars 1-1. So did Kariobangi Sharks and Muhoroni Youth. Shabana drew with Nairobi City Stars 2-2 after going 2-0 up. Nzoia Sugar were beaten by Kakamega Homeboys, whereas Bandari beat FC Leopards 1-0. Bidco United drew with Muranga Seal 0-0. And the big news, the focus for today, Tusker FC were beaten 1-0 by Gor Mahia. So with match week 7 results, this means Posta Rangers are just 1 point ahead of Gor Mahia. Muranga Seal go 3rd, KCB 4th, Kakamega Homeboys 5th. Tusker FC go down to 12th after their defeat to Gor Mahia, whereas Shabana are 13th, 7 points from 7 games. In the relegation zone, nothing changes. However, Sofapaka now have 4 points from 7 games. As we mentioned, FC are yet to win a single game this season. Our focus being the last game of the weekend, whereby Tusker FC lost to Gor Mahia. Robert Matano was given an ultimatum. Him and his team were given an ultimatum whereby if they didn't win that game, no draw, no nothing, didn't win, they were out. Just a recap of what Gasheru said. Matano and the entire technical bench have to beat Gor Mahia this weekend. They will leave the club in case of a draw or a loss. They will be fired, said Gasheru then. I'm still the coach and going nowhere. The work continues, said Matano after the match in an interview with Azam. We said it in the last video, we'll put the link up here, but it's quite interesting because it was a lot of beef. It was a lot of beef because Matano came out and actually said how he doesn't deal with ultimatums. He's not the type of coach to be threatened. And so after the result, we were expecting Matano to be gone. In fact, a lot of people were citing that was his last game. They lost. And after the game, interesting, Gasheru came out and said, excellent performance by Tusker. Yes, it is a disappointing loss and indeed a disappointing start to the season. But today, we saw Robert Matano's boys come alive, said the chairman. Coach Matano has firm instructions to regroup, rebuild, and turn the team's fortunes around. Better results are not negotiable. Seems to be a lot of, let's say, beef and heat behind the scenes when it comes to Tusker FC. I hope it can be resolved because these are the things that actually cripple a team. You'll see Tusker just doing poorly this season, and we hope they can resolve whatever it is that they are. I mean, whatever conflict that's actually going on behind the scenes. And looking forward to other games. So yeah, it was an exciting match week, and as we said, 16 goals, 5 wins, 4 draws, big stuff. The biggest winners being FC Talanta beating Posta Rangers, and the league table is now shaping up. It's becoming now pretty competitive, and we'll bring you more of those results and games. So yeah, so stay tuned. We'll be showcasing the biggest games or highlighting the biggest game coming up in the weekend. That's match week 7, some of the key highlights and the results. And yes sir, as always, do check out our other social media platforms at L4B Love Football. Kindly like this video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, support Kenyan football. We out.